Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel, and today we are talking about various side hustles, and I want to talk about side hustles that I'm personally going to be doing in 2024 and 2025, Lord willing, and we're going to be doing all 5 of these because, first of all, to get started, YouTube obviously is the first one, as you'll see. Now, this one, I actually just got on the partner program recently, and my views have been kind of sporadic, so I also had to change my publisher ID, so I missed out on some revenue. So this would have been higher, but I made $33 on this right here. Now, to me, making anything online versus going to a 9-to-5 job or a corporate job or whatever it is amazing to me because we have so many opportunities in the digital sphere today. And when it comes to making, let's say, $33 from a YouTube channel, just to look at the analytics here, my channel's been monetized, I want to say, for less than a month at this point, fully monetized to where I can start making ad revenue because they have different levels where you can get like the subscriptions at first. But we've gained still 83 subscribers, not a huge amount of growth, honestly. I've had months on my previous YouTube channel. I actually have another YouTube channel that grew to 11,000 subscribers. It was another investing channel. So over the last year, we've gotten over 100,000 people to watch this channel or views. Now, that could have been, the same people, but that's amazing to me. I can't believe I've actually, and I guess the total revenue is actually around $50. So hey, even better. YouTube is fantastic once you get into the partner program, and you can always monetize other ways besides ads. But if we look at, let's say, the watch page ads and how much that's been generating, you can go to see my analytics. And then we had the best day ever so far was $6.51. And that's for a video that probably took me less than 1 hour to make or 2 hours to make in terms of production, thumbnail, all that kind of stuff that goes into making these videos. And sometimes, various videos can take longer depending on the content length and stuff. So I can spend several hours. Sometimes I do cut certain things out of my videos as well. So let's move on to the next side hustle. I actually just got approved to work on Amazon's not FBA yet, but I got approved as an Amazon seller. And so I'm going to be selling one product. And that brings me to another one while we're on Amazon, the third side hustle, as well as eBay. So I kind of want to conjoin these ones. eBay, I actually just got my first sale the other day. Now, I've sold on eBay in the past, and I have had some months where I've made over $1,000 a month. With that being said, it is sporadic sometimes, and if you get the holidays coming up, for example, it could be a good time to try to ride the wave. And we only have one sale here, but to me that's amazing because my product itself, I'm working with the distributor on the label, and they're printing the label, and after fees I made $42.93 revenue, as you can see here from the selling cost, $49.95 minus that $42.93. Only sold one, but hey, a profit is a profit, right? So $42.93 minus the cost of production, which is $19.50, which means we are making over $23 a bottle. Now, assuming I sell 100 bottles, you know what the math is, right? $2,300 profit gross, I guess, before taxes is what I'm trying to say. So the eBay and Amazon, like I said, I just got this set up. And although eBay's already approved to sell the product I'm selling on here, the one I want to sell on Amazon has to go through a pre-approval process. And so I'm currently waiting to hear back, even though my account's been approved already. So I'm hoping the products that I was requesting to list will in fact be listed and I can start selling on the Amazon marketplace. Because the one thing about Amazon is FBA and the Prime shopping. So I will tell you this. My house mysteriously has a lot of Amazon packages show up sometimes, and I don't know where they come from. But that being said, Jeff Bezos knows what we need, and he drops it off at the front door. So they are very quick. It's efficient, and it's one of those things where they have their operations down and streamlined to the point where they can get the package out very fast. They have a delivery network, delivery partners, and the delivery partners are actually flex drivers a lot of times where they don't even have to pay them benefits, right? So they have the middle cost cut out on the employees, which even further lowers their distribution costs and everything else. So Amazon fulfillment, they pay, I think it's per order if I'm not mistaken. I have not applied for FBA, but that could be a significant thing to consider. We're going to move on to the next side hustle here. So that would be OutlierAI. And this one I actually got approved for recently as well. Now, I'm not supposed to discuss the specific projects on the platform because the projects themselves, there's people like who have gotten in trouble, for example, for posting about certain information on projects or non-disclosure agreements, and so I can't discuss anything in terms of like the projects themselves. But with that being said, OutlierAI does have projects on the dashboard a lot of times where you can make 25, 30 bucks an hour. I have had projects that pay out via PayPal. PayPal for me helps me streamline my business, and that's the point I want to stress, because when I'm thinking payments, I want to get everything over to PayPal or directly to my bank account. I also have one bank account that I use to streamline the revenue, to streamline everything. So also for reporting purposes, it makes it a lot easier when you're trying to calculate your taxes and what your profits are and everything else versus your cost of the business. So when you're thinking about this, think about all these different side hustles. Like with OutlierAI, it's a contract freelance basis. Then there's Fiverr, right? Now Fiverr is interesting because I have clients right now I work with, and these clients become friends a lot of times. Like, I went out and got a beer with one of my friends, Izzy, down in Dallas recently, and it was great to meet up with you, by the way. But with that being said, this is something where we build relationships. We talk, we discuss the markets, and yes, there are consulting fees because I try to work with clients in terms of what they're looking to achieve, and I try to tailor the goal plans to what they seek. But basically how it works is I get paid consulting fees from Fiverr, and that translates into clients who sometimes work long-term, several months, or even, it could be a lifetime partner or friend or whatever it is in terms of business and in terms of just having a network, right? So one thing my job talks about a lot is networking, especially in management, right? And reaching out to people and making sure you're expanding your network and all that kind of stuff. But with that being said, if we go on to the next side hustle, so we've discussed eBay, Amazon, OutlierAI, YouTube, and the last one, there was one more, and it's slipping my mind right now, but we're going to think of this because it's very important that we talk about all 5 of these side hustles, because there was one that was very good, and I can't think of it right now. But, I know what it is. Dividend stocks. So, when we think about how could I forget that, right? I think I've talked about those so much that when it comes to the markets, I'm always talking about ETFs and dividend stocks. But in general, setting up a portfolio, like I just set up a portfolio actually recently where it was divided up between several covered call ETFs for maximum cash flow. And what I plan on doing is actually releasing that spreadsheet here pretty soon so that you guys can have access to it, because I think that's something people should be able to get totally free, and it could be a hypothetical amount you plug in where you try to calculate what your total rental income would be from the investment, essentially. So after your expenses, after any kind of fees that come out, and what else we need to factor in terms of the cash flow. Because the one thing, rather you're investing in rental properties like real estate, I've talked about doing that in a Roth IRA. It is a possibility. And also with thinking about long term, what are your goals, right? What are you looking to achieve? But if you're thinking dividend stocks and passive income, one thing I love about this ETF, for example, and I've talked about this one so much on the channel, is that it pays dividends on a monthly basis, and you get that check every single month, no matter. So if you invest, let's say $100,000 or $50,000 into this ETF, JEPI, which is tied to the indexes, right? And you're basically doing like a covered call option strategy. You can look at the prospectus for full details of how these ETFs work. But as you'll see, and as I've discussed in previous videos, you'll see all these dividends that are coming in quite consistent. They are variable, but you'll see some for 35 cents, 39 cents. Consistent, let's just say a 33-cent dividend if we take that one out of the sample here and we run it against 1,000 shares, which really is not a huge amount of money to invest. So if we assume we have 1,000 shares, we can generate $330 a month in cash flow or passive income just from that dividend into our brokerage account, all else equal, right? And so when we think about this, our JEPI ETF, if we look at long-term, the performance of this ETF, it's kind of flat given the market and where everything has gone, but you're also getting a consistent 9 to 12% yield that can be used to generate income. And so that's what I love about dividend stocks and ETFs. So with that being said, thank you so much for tuning into this video on the 5 best or my favorite 5 side hustles going into 2024 and 2025 and beyond. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we will see you in the next one. Take care.